17th March 2021 Morning Murli Om Shanti BapDada Madhuban. Sweet children, through the Father, the ocean of knowledge, you have become master oceans of knowledge. Each of you has received a third eye of knowledge, and you are therefore Trinetri, Trikaladarshi, and Triloki Nath. Question. No one apart from you children can do spiritual service of the world. Why? Answer. Because only you receive power from the Supreme Spirit. You souls first receive the injection of knowledge from the Supreme Spirit, through which you gain victory over the five vices, and you are then able to do the same for others. No one else can do such a service. Only you children do the spiritual service every cycle. Om Shanti. You have to sit in remembrance of the Father. You mustn't sit in remembrance of bodily beings. New ones who come don't know the Father. His name is very easy. Shivbaba. It is such a wonder that children don't know the Father. Shivbaba is the highest on high, the bestower of salvation for all. He purifies all the impure ones. He is also called the remover of everyone's sorrow. However, no one apart from you Brahma Kumaris know who he is. You are his grandsons and granddaughters. Therefore, you definitely know the Father and the beginning, the middle, and the end of his creation. You children come to know everything from the Father. This is the impure world. No one in the world except the Brahma Kumaris knows how he purifies all the iron-aged impure ones and makes them golden-aged. Only the Father removes you from iron age degradation and grants you golden age salvation. It is only in Bharat that they celebrate the birthday of Shiva. He definitely does come, but the people of Bharat do not know what he gives. People celebrate the birthday of Shiva every year, but they don't have a third eye of knowledge. That is why they don't know the Father. Song. Show the path to us blind ones, O God. This song, composed by human beings, says that they are without sight. Everyone has physical eyes, so why do they say that they are without sight? The Father sits here and explains that no one has a third eye of knowledge. Not to know the Father is called ignorance. To know the Father from the Father is knowledge. The Father gives each of you a third eye of knowledge with which you know the beginning, the middle, and the end of the entire creation. You children of the ocean of knowledge became master oceans of knowledge. To have a third eye means you became Trinetri, Trikaladarshi, and Trilokinath. The people of Bharat do not know how Lakshmi and Narayan, who were the masters of the golden age, received their inheritance. When did they come? Where did they go? How did they receive their kingdom? People don't know any of this. Deities are pure. Definitely, only the Father makes them pure. The Father sits here and explains to you people of Bharat who believe in deities and in Shiva. The birth of Shiva took place in Bharat. The highest on high is God. It is here that people celebrate the birthday of Shiva, the birthdays of Jagdamba and Jagatpita, Saraswati and Brahma also take place here. They are only celebrated in Bharat. Acha, Lakshmi and Narayan also take birth here. They are Radhe and Krishna. People of Bharat don't even understand this. They say, oh, purifier, come. Therefore, everyone is definitely impure. Sages and holy men, rishis and munis all call out, come and purify us. On the other hand, they go to wash away their sins at the Kumbh Mela because they believe the Ganges to be purified. They call out to the purifier to come and purify them. But how could a human being purify anyone? The father explains, when you first belonged to the deity religion, you were all pure, but you are now impure. They say, God, show us the path. Show the path to where? They say, Baba, show us the path to liberation in life. We have 5 vices in us. Baba, when we were all in heaven, we were viceless. We have now become vicious and impure. Tell us the secret of this. These are not tall stories. The father explains, the Srimad Bhagavad Gita is the Gita sung by God. Incorporeal God is the one who purifies the impure. Human beings cannot be called God. The father says, even though there are so many great gurus here, why has Bharat become impure and like a shell? It is only a matter of yesterday when Bharat was heaven. Baba gave Bharat the gift of heaven. He came and taught Raj Yoga to the impure people of Bharat and made them pure. The Father has now come once again to the children as their server. The Father is the spiritual server. Human beings are all physical servers. Even sannyasis are physical servers. They sit and relate scriptures, etc. The Father says, I, the incorporeal one, enter an ordinary old corporeal body and explain to you children. O children of Bharat, look, the spiritual Father sits here and explains to spirits. It is not Brahma who is speaking this, but the incorporeal Father who takes the support of this body. Shiva doesn't have a body of his own. Saligram souls have their own bodies. By taking rebirth, they became impure. The whole world is now impure. Not a single one is pure. You were Satopradhan, and then, as a law became mixed in you, you went through the stages of Sato, Rajo, and then Tamo. Shivbaba comes to you, people of Bharat, and adopts a body which is called the lucky chariot. In the temples, they show an image of Shankar because they believe Shiv and Shankar to be combined. They don't understand that Shiv is the incorporeal one and that Shankar is subtle. How could Shiv and Shankar be combined? Acha, who then rides the bull? Shiv or Shankar? Where would a bull come from in the subtle region? Shiv resides in the incorporeal world, whereas Shankar is in the subtle region. All souls are in the incorporeal world. In the subtle region, there are just Brahma, Vishnu, and Shankar. There are no animals there. The Father says, I enter an ordinary old body and explain to you. You children do not know your own births. How many births have you taken from the golden age onwards? You have taken 84 births. This is now your last birth. Bharat, which was the pure land of immortality, has now become the impure land of death. The bestower of salvation for all is one. The rosary of Rudra is the rosary of the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, incorporeal Shiv. It is said, the rosary of Rudra, Shri Shri 108. All are part of the garland around Shiva's neck. So, the Father is the purifier, the bestower of salvation for all, the one who gives everyone their inheritance. A limited inheritance is received from a physical father, sannyasis consider that to be the happiness like the droppings of a crow. The father says that happiness of yours is truly like the droppings of a crow. Only the father comes and purifies the impure. That is, he changes thorns into flowers with knowledge. This is the knowledge of the Gita. No human being can explain this knowledge. Only the ocean of knowledge, the purifier father, can explain it. The inheritance that you are now receiving can only be received from the father. Only you are going into salvation. You are now at the confluence age, whereas others are in the iron age. It is now the end of the iron age. The Mahabharat war is in front of you. 5000 years ago, after you studied Raj Yoga, the haystack was set ablaze. You are now studying Raj Yoga to become Lakshmi and Narayan. Everything else is the path of devotion. When the Father comes, he opens the gates to heaven. The Father says, you Shiv Shaktis, you mothers of Bharat, make Bharat into heaven by following Srimad. You are the mothers of Bharat, the Shiv Shaktis, who make Bharat into heaven. You are the children of Shiv. You remember him. You take power from Shiv and conquer the enemy, the five vices. You children also did spiritual service of Bharat 5000 years ago. Those social workers do physical service. This is spiritual service. The Supreme Spirit comes and gives you souls an injection. He teaches you. It is souls that listen. You are souls and you take 84 births. You shed a body and take another. You have 84 parents in 84 births. You received the happiness of heaven in the golden and silver ages. You are now once again to receive your inheritance of happiness from the unlimited Father. Bharat really did receive this inheritance. It used to be the kingdom of Lakshmi and Narayan in Bharat. There were no devils, etc. there. You understand that this old world is now to be set on fire. I come and create the sacrificial fire of knowledge. All of you became pure deities. Thousands of you are making effort to become deities. The Father has come to grant salvation to you children. He is changing you from thorns into flowers. He is giving each of you a third eye of knowledge with which you understand the whole drama and also what part Shivbaba plays. You also understand what the connection between Brahma and Vishnu is. It is shown that Brahma emerged from the navel of Vishnu. Brahma becomes Vishnu. Brahmins then becomes deities. It takes 5000 years for Vishnu to become Brahma. You have this knowledge. The land of Vishnu emerges from the lotus navel of you Brahmins. They have created a picture showing Brahma emerging from the navel of Vishnu and relating the essence of all the Vedas and scriptures. You now understand the whole essence through Brahma. The Father says there are four main religious scriptures. The scripture of the first deity religion is the Gita. Who sang the Gita? Shivbaba, the ocean of knowledge, the purifier, the ocean of happiness. It's Shivbaba. He, not Krishna, sat and made Bharat into heaven. Krishna heard the knowledge from me and became Krishna. So this is incognito, is it not? New children cannot understand these matters. This is called hell and that is called heaven. Shivbaba established heaven and Lakshmi and Narayan used to rule there. You are now becoming deities from human beings. The Father says this is your last birth in the land of death and land of sorrow. Bharat used to be the land of immortality. There was no mention of sorrow there. Bharat used to be the land of angels. It has now become a graveyard and is to become a land of angels again. All of these matters have to be understood. This is the study place for changing from human beings into deities. This is not a spiritual gathering of sannyasis where they sit and explain the scriptures. A new person will not be able to understand any of these things unless he has done the 7 days course. At this time, all human beings are devotees. Those souls remember God. All are lovers of God, the one beloved. The Father comes and establishes the land of truth. Then, after half the cycle, Ravan comes and makes it into a land of falsehood. It is now the confluence age. All of these matters have to be understood. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the mother, the father, BapDada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children. The spiritual children says Namaste and good morning to the spiritual father. Essence for the dharana. First point, truly serve Bharat spiritually by following the Father Srimad. Take power from the Father, the Almighty Authority, and conquer your enemy. The 5 vices. Second point, in order to become deities from human beings, definitely became pure, imbibe knowledge and became a flower from a throne, and enable others to do the same. Blessing. May you become free from the dictates of your own mind and the dictates of others and constantly experience happiness and lightness by following Srimad. Explanation. The minds of the children who take every step according to the Srimad are always content. They would not have any type of upheaval in their minds. By following Srimad, you will experience natural happiness and lightness. This is why whenever there is upheaval in your mind, if your percentage of happiness reduces even slightly, check this. There must definitely have been disobedience in your following Srimad, and this is why you have to have subtle checking and free yourself from the dictates of your own mind and the dictates of others. Slogan. To reach the subtle region with the plane of your intellect and to experience the rays of the sun of knowledge is to have powerful yoga. Om Shanti. Invaluable elevated versions of Mateshwari Ji. First, the difference between souls and the Supreme Soul. Souls and the Supreme Soul remain separated for a long time, and a beautiful meeting took place when the Sadguru met the agent. When he say these words, their accurate meaning is that souls became separated from the Supreme Soul for a long time. Over a long period of time means that souls have been separated from the Supreme Soul for a long time. This words proves that souls and the Supreme Soul are separate identities and there is a basic difference between them. However, because worldly people do not recognize this, they take these words to mean I, a soul, am the Supreme Soul. Therefore, because souls are covered with Maya's dust, they have forgotten their original form. So, they say that when the dust of Maya is removed, each soul becomes the Supreme Soul. So, they consider souls to be different in this way. The other opinion people have when they say that the soul is the Supreme Soul is that because souls have forgotten themselves, they have become unhappy. When a soul recognizes himself and becomes pure, that soul will merge into the Supreme Soul and become one. So they consider souls to be separate in this way, but we know that souls and the Supreme Soul are different identities. Neither can a soul become the Supreme Soul nor can a soul merge into the Supreme Soul, and nor can any dust cover the Supreme Soul. Second point, the reason for peacelessness in the mind is karmic bondages, and the basis of peace is the karmatit stage. In fact, every human being definitely wants to attain peace of mind, for this is why they have been creating many methods for this. However, what is the real reason why no mind has yet attained peace? First of all, it is necessary to think about what is the first root of peacelessness in the mind. The main reason for peacelessness in the mind is to be trapped in a karmic bondage. Until human beings become free from the karmic bondages of the five vices, they cannot become free from peacelessness. When your karmic bondages are broken, you then attain peace of mind. That is, you can attain liberation in life. You now have to think about how you can break your karmic bondages. Who can liberate you from them? We know that no human soul can liberate another human soul. It is only the Supreme Soul who can break the karmic bondages of karmic accounts. He alone comes and liberates us from karmic bondages with the power of yoga, and this is why God is called the bestower of happiness. Until you have the knowledge that you are a soul and whose child you really are, and what your original virtues are, when all of this is in your intellect, the karmic bondages can then be broken. We receive this knowledge from only God. That is, karmic bondages can only be broken by God. Acha, Om Shanti.